Singapore is a sovereign island state at the southern end of the Malay Peninsula. It's got a decent reputation in the expat community, but is this justified? Let's find out if moving to Singapore is a good idea if you want to escape the West. If you're interested in this kind of content and want to see more of it, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. Singapore is an advanced, modern metropolis and one of the greatest success stories in Asian history. It was founded in 1819 and was a British colony until 1959. This tiny nation developed at a rapid pace and became one of the four Asian tigers, together with South Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. It's now a highly developed country, and one could successfully argue it's the most advanced nation in this region, and even more so than most Western nations. It has the second highest GDP per capita in the world, is a major financial hub, a tax haven, a top performer in education, quality of life, safety, healthcare, fast internet connection, life expectancy, and so on. Singapore is a member of several leagues, such as ASEAN, APEC, the UN, WTO, and the Commonwealth of Nations. It boasts a highly efficient public transportation system, a quality of life which cannot be equaled by many other larger nations, and, unfortunately, an expected and concomitant higher cost of living. There are four official languages in Singapore: English, Malay, Mandarin, and Tamil, attesting to the great cultural diversity, the good kind, in this little state. Let's take a look at the most significant benefits of living in Singapore. Singapore is a thriving, multicultural nation, a very modern and advanced city with all the comforts and quality of life elements you could want. Singapore is one of the safest countries in the world, with good scores on just about every metric. Singapore has a state-of-the-art public transportation system in the form of a subway. Comparable to those of Tokyo and Shanghai, it works nearly flawlessly and is a cheap and efficient way to get citizens across the city. Singapore lies near the equator, so the average temperature is around 27 degrees Celsius, 80 Fahrenheit. English is one of Singapore's official languages, and as such, its citizens have a very high proficiency. While Singapore has already had its major economic growth spurt, it is still rising economically every single year, with a yearly average GDP growth over the last 10 years of 4%. The only true requirement for moving to Singapore is a strong international income, and there aren't any taxes on this. This certainly offsets in part its high cost of living. There are quite a few disadvantages as well, however. An average humidity of 84% isn't great. I like a lot of sunshine and a warm climate, but sweating my ass off every time I walk outside for 5 minutes can seriously get annoying. This is without a doubt one of the major reasons why Singapore isn't for me. Singapore requires you to apply for a visa in advance of moving there, which is always a hassle, especially compared to countries with a visa on arrival system, such as the Philippines. In addition, you cannot extend it for very long, which means that you'll have to either get residency after 90 days or leave and return by applying for another visa. Singapore is one of the most expensive countries in the region, and its cost of living is rather high. According to Nombeo, the average monthly cost of a single person is around $1,000 excluding rent. If you include rent, you're looking at nearly $3,000 per month for a single person. If you have a family, this number could easily double. Yes, this isn't a large amount if you make a decent Western-sized income, but it is at least triple that of other Southeast Asian countries such as Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines. Moving to any neighboring nation will decrease your cost of living significantly, but will also come with a lower quality of life depending on what you value in life. As you can tell, there are not too many disadvantages, but some significant ones to be sure. If we combine all of this information, how does Singapore fare on my rating system, based on its climate, level of English proficiency, cost of living, taxes on international income, economic growth, safety, and the logistics of moving and staying there? The average of these numbers comes down to a very robust 7.6 out of 10, which absolutely makes Singapore one of the best options to move to when you want to escape the West, if you can handle the humidity and the higher cost of living. In summation, how is life for expats in Singapore? Well, life in Singapore for foreigners can be truly awesome. It's a thriving, bustling city, an economic powerhouse both regionally and internationally. It's one of the greatest success stories of the region, a combination of all the modern conveniences and the typical Asian culture. If you're at all interested in living in Asia, would you prefer to not give up any of the luxuries of living in a modern city? Singapore is for you. You would of course need to make a decent location independent income, and you would need to be able to deal with the humidity. To me, Singapore is a combination of Dubai and the Philippines. It has the Asian thing going, and it's basically a more expensive, modern, efficient, prosperous, and luxurious version of the Philippines. Everyone speaks English, and it's hot and humid in both countries. Singapore gets you a higher standard of living with all the modern amenities, but the Philippines is a way cheaper country and it has beautiful beaches. And you can say Singapore is like Dubai with regards to no taxes on your foreign income and a higher cost of living. In conclusion, Singapore is ideal for people who want to escape the collapsing West to an Asian country but aren't willing to give up on their expected high cost, high quality of life lifestyle. If that sounds like you, I can definitely recommend Singapore, be it as one of your bases or as your main country to live in. That's about all I've got for now. If you've got any questions, remarks, or corrections, let me know in the comments below. If you want to learn more about these topics, why the Western world is going down and how you can save yourself, check out my book available on Amazon. It's only $7 and can save you a lot of hassle down the road. Thank you all so much for watching and see you in the next video.